welcome back to Champion the Passion, a weekly pro wrestling podcast where we inspire you to champion your passions and celebrate the joy in what you love. Today, we are going to be recapping everything that happened last night on NXT. But before we dive deeper, don't forget to leave a 5-star review if you enjoyed. Follow me at It's Victoria Daisy across all social platforms and follow Champion the Passion across all streaming platforms. But let's dive right into the action because the very first match of the night was a 6-man tag team match. We had Hank and Tank. And we had the TNA World Champion, Joe Hendry versus Dark State. What a matchup. Am I right? This was a fantastic match and a fantastic way to open the show. I loved all the physicality between the 6 men and how well they worked together, which I was honestly a little bit surprised by considering every single member of Dark State are newer to the roster. So they haven't really had much experience when it comes to working with other individuals and especially with somebody like Joe Hendry, who's not even from NXT. So I was really surprised with how well they all worked together. And of course, speaking of Joe Hendry, say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. Okay, I'll stop singing now, I promise. But it was so good to see our TNA World Champion Joe Hendry there, teaming up with Hank and Tank, who is the NXT Tag Team Champions. They have been on a roll recently, and I just love the work that they did together. But during the match, Trick Williams came out to distract Joe Hendry while he was in the ring, and they fought all the way backstage. And so, that obviously left Hank and Tank to a disadvantage. And so Dark State, having 4 members on their team, even though 3 were only active in the ring, used that to their advantage once again to win the match. So I was I was talking to my dad. He was a bit disappointed with how, they kind of do the same formula every week where someone comes out to distract somebody on the opposing team so that Dark State can use their 4th man advantage to end up winning the match, which I think is fine, but spice it up because now I can already expect what's going to happen and we don't want that. Wrestling fans love unpredictability and we need more of that. But the next match we had was between Kalani Jordynne and Zarya. If you guys remember last week, Kalani wanted an opportunity at Sol Ruka's NXT Women's North American Championship, and Zarya said that if you want to get to her, you have to go through me first. And so, it was a pretty good match. It was your typical power versus speed matchup, and I thought it was executed very nicely. But in the end, Zarya did win. And to be honest, it's only a matter of time before Zarya turns on Sol Ruka to chase after the NXT Women's North American Championship. I think it's already very obvious that she is getting jealous sometimes. And so I think it's going to end up happening sooner than later. So I'm very excited to see that unfold. And then next, we had a really, really fun match. We had a number 1 contenders battle royal. So I just have to say, you guys know that in a battle royal, not everybody gets a grand entrance. They all kind of just come out and then maybe they'll do like 1 or 2 entrances on air. And so they had Ethan Page, and then the last person to actually enter the battle royal before it began was a surprise. We had the return, the crossover of Elijah, which for those who used to watch WWE back in like 2017, if you guys remember Elias, Walk with Elias, or even a couple years ago, Ezekiel, so many names. Elias, Elijah, whatever you want to call him, he is now in TNA. So technically it's a return, technically it's a crossover, whatever. It was great to see him. Such a surprise. Did not expect to see him there. It was awesome. And I loved this battle royal because not only did it showcase talent from NXT, but we also had talent from TNA, Evolve, and LFG, which was so exciting. And there were so many cool spots. I cannot stress that enough. If you guys haven't seen this match, I urge you to please go watch it. Or if you didn't get to watch all of it, rewatch it, whatever. It was so good. I'm going to rewatch it because it was literally that good. And, it truly left me wondering who was going to take that W. And I didn't end up getting an idea till the end, but Trick Williams was in this battle royal. So if you see where I'm going, Joe Hendry came out to, get a little payback on Trick Williams to help him get eliminated. So now I fear they might be running a little program between the two. And hey, I'm here for it. I am not mad one bit. And so when we got towards the end, the final four in the battle royal was Ethan Page, Javon Evans, Myles Borne, and Sean Spears. So, I was certain that Javon Evans was going to win this match, right? Because whoever wins this goes on to Battleground to face the NXT champion Obafemi. And so knowing their history, I thought, maybe Javon Evans proves the world wrong, shocks the world, whatever, beats Obafemi, right? I'm delusional. The complete opposite happens. Javon gets eliminated, and I'm like, I'm sorry. So now I'm thinking, okay, Ethan Page or Sean Spears is winning, because surely Myles Borne is not winning, right? Sean Spears and Ethan Page get eliminated, and Myles Borne won. The way it was silent in my house. The world stopped for a minute. My jaw quite literally detached from my skull and hit the ground. I was beyond shocked. So now Myles Borne is the new number one contender for Obafemi's NXT Championship, and we'll get a title shot at NXT Battleground May 25th. I did not see that coming at all. Talk about a shock. I mean, we love unpredictability, right? That's what I said in the Zarya match, or what did I say earlier? No, sorry, the Dark State match. I said we love predictability and we need more of it. Or sorry, unpredictability. And that's literally what we got. And so it took me a minute to really process what I watched, because I truly could not believe that Myles Borne literally was about to go face Obafemi. I mean, he's about to. And I can't even imagine how that match is going to end up unfolding. I hope Myles Borne can put up a good fight. This is something that I want to call the Roxanne rocket, okay? This is where you strap a rocket onto somebody and shoot them to the moon a little too early. Yes, we're all comparing Myles Borne to Randy Orton. Yes, he looks like him. He moves like him. Yes, he's mini Randy. We get that. But are we really doing this right now? I mean, I'm just intrigued to see how he's going to stand against the ruler, Obafemi. That's what I want to know, because obviously Obafemi's going to retain. Right? Right? I'm scared. Anyways, let's move on to the next match. We had Jada Parker versus Carmen Petrovic. Now, this was such a good match. You guys know I love both of these women so much, and I think they are so great in the ring and have such a bright future. They have both, sorry, excuse me, my words. They both have such a bright future ahead of them if they're booked correctly. And, I see gold in Jada's future. And, that all starts now because she won the match. Yay! And I'm going to be honest, though, this was a good match, but it wasn't my favorite. There were a couple spots that had some botches, and I just wasn't a fan. It wasn't as clean as I would have hoped it to be, but nonetheless, it was still great, and Jada won, so I'm a happy camper. Now, let's talk about the main event. We had another number one contenders match, and this time it's for the NXT Women's Championship. So we had Giulia versus Jordynne Grace. Whoever wins this match goes off to Tampa to Battleground to face Stephanie Vaquer. So this, of course, being Giulia and Jordynne, it was a fantastic match. And to be honest, going in, I had no clue who was going to win, and having that cluelessness made the match that much more enjoyable. And getting to see these two women collide was truly a treat. I mean, they were so aggressive and violent, and it was a fantastic choice for a main event. And to be honest, towards the end, I started questioning if there was a possibility that maybe they didn't like each other in real life outside of kayfabe, because they were literally beating the daylights out of each other. And I was shocked. For real they were. And I was like, are we okay here, girls? But in the end, Jordynne Grace won. Another shock. What is it with these number one contenders match that have me shocked? I was certain that Giulia was going to win. Now, I know Giulia has been intertwined with Roxanne Perez and Io Sky and Rhea Ripley over on the main roster, but I just thought that maybe there was still more to the story between her and Stephanie, but I guess that's not the case. I guess we are pushing Jordynne over Giulia now. Does this mean Giulia officially gets called up to the main roster? Because she's been in and out with Roxanne. I know Roxanne's officially called up, but I don't know. There's just a lot of unknown right now, and I guess everything's a blurred line right now. But Jordynne Grace is headed to Battleground. She's the new number one contender for Stephanie Vaquera's NXT Women's Championship. And after the match, Stephanie Vaquera came out to show the world who Jordynne Grace is facing at Battleground. She came out looking like a baddie. I was obsessed. And the closing shot was an intense stare down between the two. Stephanie Vaquera raising her title high. If you want some, come get some type of vibe. It was great. But let's head into my overall thoughts. I thought it was a really good show. My match of the night, as much as I want to say was the Battle Royal, it honestly is the Jordynne Grace, Giulia number one contenders main event match. They were so vicious. And it was just overall so entertaining. Now, there wasn't really any segments of the night, so we're going to skip over my segment of the night for today because, again, there was like literally nothing. But we are just weeks away from NXT Battleground, and the buildup is getting so good. Before I let you guys go, I want to let you guys know to stay tuned for tomorrow because tomorrow I'm going to be dropping a bonus episode. You guys know I post on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, but tomorrow on Thursday, May 8th, I will be dropping a bonus episode where I will be previewing the card for WWE Backlash, predicting everything that I think is going to happen during the matches. It's going to be such a great show. Now, if you want to watch Backlash, it will be taking place this Saturday, streaming exclusively on Peacock. They said that it was 5 p.m. Eastern. It's either 5 or 7. I'm pretty sure it's 5 p.m. Eastern. Somebody corrected me in my comments, and then I was like, wait. So maybe go look on social media first. But it's this Saturday, streaming exclusively on Peacock. And tomorrow I'll be dropping my bonus episode, previewing everything on the card if that is something you are interested in. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening to this episode of Champion the Passion. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review if you enjoyed. Follow me at It's Victoria Daisy across all social platforms and follow Champion the Passion across all streaming platforms. Don't forget to champion your passions and celebrate the joy in what you love. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.